Never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong. It never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take to look away? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from meltdown. Now it's getting
Here we go. Here we go. This could be. Whoops. There it is. There it is, man. Level 40. Level 40. Very nice. Very nice. I think we're going to go into, of course, I think we're just going to push pet damage. Unless we want to go with tank ability, like, oh, you know what? That's tough. Let's go, you know what? Let's go with improved aspect of the monkey. Screw it. Screw it. We're in the pipe 5x5. Anyways, man. Fly me friendly. Why is that showing? Oh, I know why, because there's a level requirement on that. Oh, the key's up above. Eh. Dodge right now is, yeah, it's only 21%, not great. 2 dodges, 3 dodges, 4 dodges. Okay, that's not bad. We had 4 dodges there. You're gonna get more dodges versus a cat, because they attack very quickly. So it's just gonna look like you're dodging more, but these guys can attack very, very fast. So. One dodge. Alright, we're gonna switch threat back to my pet. Apparently he resisted my trap, so we're gonna drop another one. Hmm. Hmm. Shadow Maw Panthers. We're gonna need Shadow Cat hide anyway. I think some of the recipes are going to be using Shadow Cat hide. No Shadow Maw Panthers. That's surprising. Anyway, so if anybody's wondering why I have different weapons, I have a couple of YouTube shorts that I put up where I actually found these new weapons in fishing crates. So if you go into the shorts section on my YouTube, you'll see that it wasn't part of a stream. That was just basically fishing, basically. Like today I was fishing, but I wasn't streaming, and fished up a bunch of crates, and it's just unbelievable that I went from level 25 to level 39 without getting a single upgraded weapon, and then in the span of a couple hours of fishing, I got 2 upgraded weapons. First I got the Ebon Scimitar of the Bear, and then just literally like half an hour later, I got the Greater Scythe of the Eagle, which I was very happy to get. Extremely happy to move from my level 25 200 wax to a level, I think it's a 35 and a level 38 weapons. So I'm hoping that they do more damage. They should, but it's just also nice to have two one-hand weapons. Just feels a little bit more fun to be able to attack more frequently, not waiting on that slow two-hand weapon. It's amazing. I haven't seen a single Shadow Maw. Somebody must have came through and killed them all. I can't think of another reason why there wouldn't be any. level 42. God, I can't even kill this guy. Resisted my trap. Now I'm already regretting putting that talent point into monkey. I should have put it into pet damage. Already regretting that move. Yeah, we should have put this point into Unleashed Fury. Oh well. It's all good. Big damage, come on. how can there be no Shadow Maw Panthers? He's just like, really? There are just no Shadow Maws. Oh, there's one. Finally. First Shadow Maw we've seen. The Shadow Maw. Not so easy to find after all. Yeah, I think I played Soulframe. I played it a little bit. Kind of reminded me of Skyrim a little bit. You know, like the one thing with Soulframe that really bothered me quite a bit actually was that because of the combat system and the way it works, and the graphics are really nice, and the attention to, I think the attention to like the story and some of the visuals, like kind of like the dialogues and stuff and the interface is really well done. I really liked it actually. In fact, I've got a. Hold on a second. I don't want to open it up because it'll override my music, but I thought it was really, some of it was really cool. I really liked the art style of the game quite a bit. But what I didn't like, my biggest thing that really bothered me, was that with a game that's as modern as Soulframe is, and with the world kind of exploration being, hey Strafe, what's up? With the world exploration being kind of feeling like Skyrim, I just felt like they needed climbing. I think climbing mechanics is a big miss. I think with a game like that, with the how nice the world is, like the geography of the world and kind of the way the world's structured, I really think climbing mechanics should just be a must. I think climbing mechanics on more modern MMOs should be pretty much. If you don't have it, I feel like you're really missing out. Because navigating the terrain without it doesn't. It makes the quality of the game feel like it really drops a notch. So I didn't like the fact that when I was trying to climb like a small wall, I couldn't just grab it and with my hands and pull myself up. You know what I mean? You know, it was like more like World of Warcraft where I have to jump on stuff. Yeah, exactly. So I thought the climbing, grabbing onto ledges, stuff like that, definitely was a big miss. And I'm hoping that that's something that they will add to the game, because I think it would really add a lot to the game, especially since the combat is a little bit more. I don't want to say difficult. It's not difficult, but it's, you know, it's a little bit more engaging than a regular MMO. So I felt like you add those claim mechanics, it adds a different layer to kind of escaping fights, or maybe setting up fights in a different way, allowing you to traverse terrain more easily would make setting up certain encounters more fun. So, but yeah, I thought the game was okay. I think it's very promising. I think it's a promising game. Like I think it has a lot of potential. But yes, Strafe, let me go ahead. I'll log off and show you guys really quick, because RNG, which has hated me for a long time, and I've been complaining and whining about it for days, is like how I haven't been able to get upgraded weapons because I can only equip weapons I get from chests, like treasure chests or, you know, fishing crates. You know, I can't use weapons from world drops, can't use weapons from quest rewards, can't buy weapons off the auction house, can't buy weapons from a vendor. So the only way I can get weapons is through crates. And if you look, I've got 2 one-handed weapons. So I'm going to show you guys, because I got these while I was just fishing early this morning. I was fishing, and even on my lunch break from work, I was fishing. I wasn't streaming, but I always make sure that if I open up chests, though, that I record it so people can see that if I do get upgrades. So you can see here, I was in Fairless when I got the first one. Okay. All right. So I'm in Fairless. I went up the Fairless coast, and I just was fishing pools, and a lot of them weren't even floating wreckages. They were just regular fishing pools. But I was getting really lucky with getting a lot of mithril boxes out of these just regular fishing pools. So here you go. We're going to try to. So this is me getting my first upgrade. And keep in mind, I was using a 2-handed axe that I got at level 23 from a fishing crate. That was a level 25 2-hand axe. I've been using that level 25 2-hand axe until level 39. So 14 levels I've been stuck with the same weapon until today, until this happened. Open these little mithril boxes. See if we get an upgrade. Well, nice formula. Tempted to actually hold on to that. But they won't do me any good, so. Okay, well, thick leather, rugged leather. I can always use more superior healing potions. Bolter rune cloth is worth some good money. Okay, this is probably a green item because there's 2 pages. Usually that means it's a green item. Oh my my god, we got an upgrade, boys. Oh, we got an upgrade. So this is the first upgraded weapon I've got since level 23 that I found in a fishing crate. It's only a one-hand weapon, but it's still an upgrade. And you can see it's a level 38 weapon, which is nice. The time when I got this, I was level 39. 25 DPS per second. It's a fast weapon though, so it's not, it's a one-hand weapon, it's fast. Felt really good, but it's like, it's not, I have a two-handed weapon I was using, so it wasn't really great. I mean, it's good, but obviously being fast, we want it to be in our offhand, and we'd want to dual wield at this point because if you're a hunter and you're a melee hunter, and you're using a one-hand weapon, you want two one-hand weapons, and so your weapon setup is going to be like similar to a rogue, where you want a really slow main-hand weapon because you're looking for those big raptor strike crits. So this was nice to get this because it's a great upgrade. I went from a level 25 weapon to a level 38 weapon, but it's a one-hand weapon. It's fast, so this is not something I would usually want in my main hand. So I got this, and then just a few hours later, I got this. Okay, we've got a bunch more chests that we need to open, so let's hope. You can see these are mostly the iron-bound chests. I did have one mithril-bound chest, but most of them are iron. Hope that we can continue the RNG success that we had earlier when we got the ebon scimitar of the bear. It would be nice to get a one-hand weapon to pair with this one-hand weapon. Okay, got some silk cloth. I will say that these chests were really good. Like, there were times where the RNG for me was so bad in the last couple weeks where I was opening chests and all that was in them was like a couple silver. That was it. Like, I'd open like 3 chests and I'd get like some strangle kelp and some silver in 3 chests. And I was like, that is some terrible RNG. These chests here were really good. I mean, they were like, every single one had quite a bit of stuff. Okay, mana potions. Bolt mage weave cloth. Okay, we've got index, which means it probably could be a green item, so. We did it. We did it. It's slow. Look at that. So what's really great about this was it was the perfect main hand weapon because it's slow. You want a slow main hand weapon for your Raptor Strike. So it's 2.8, which is great. And it's main hand, which is whatever. We're going to be in our main hand, so that's fine. Actually, I got a little nervous when I saw main hand because I was like, oh my god, I hope that Ebon Blade Sword isn't a main hand. Because sometimes WoW is really weird. Sometimes WoW will give you a fast weapon and make it a main hand weapon, which it's pretty rare, but sometimes it does do it and it can totally screw you over. That 81 top, oh my god. OMG. What are the chances, man? I just knew that once I got that, I knew that once I got the one-hand weapon, that I'd get the other. Oh my god. Type in guild chat, RNGesus is on my side today, man. We went like almost 14 levels without getting anything, and then in the span of a couple hours, we got 2 weapons. And then unbelievable. let's really quick loot the rest of this and see, what we got. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. I mean, we're getting a lot of loot from these. I mean, this. We got a large knapsack. What? And then we got an upgraded bag as well. God. You know, it's almost like RNGesus is trying to pay me back from all the days of giving me nothing. I mean, these things are just loaded. So yeah, pretty amazing that I was getting nothing for a couple of weeks. It felt like, and then we got 2 weapons and a bag. And I don't know what happened to Deathlog, but Deathlog is seriously screwed up, so I've just been hiding it. It still works as far as like if I go to Deathlog, we can still see the deaths, but the mini Deathlog is not working. Oh yeah, you get all that from fishing. Fishing is amazingly good. It's like really good. Yeah, fishing is really good, especially for self-found, because in self-found you can't use the auction house, you can't trade with other players, so And for me, since I gave myself the extra stipulations that I can only wear gear that I craft myself, I can only use weapons that I find from treasure chests or fishing crates. Then fishing is just an amazing way to go. Yeah, fishing is amazing because if you get like just the bolts of rune cloth are like they're like 10 silver a bolt. You get like 3 bolts, it's like 30 silver. It might even be more than that. The bolts sell for quite a bit of money. Man, we are having the hardest time finding Shadow Maw Panthers. There should be one right here. But there isn't. Normally there's a Shadow Maw right here. Or like right here. Very weird, very strange. The other place we can get them is up here. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice if fishing worked that in real life, yeah. Yeah, we're at 55 gold, so we still need a lot more gold to get our mount, right? I think we need like 88, 89 gold, probably, get our mount. No, XB70? I have not. What state is that in? XB-70. North American Valkyrie was 1950s conceived. Strategic bomber design. Oh, is that what they used to build the Corsair? That had to be the additional design for the Corsair, right? Or for the not the Concorde, whatever the Concorde. Sorry, the Concorde. Because this looks suspiciously similar to the Concorde. Yeah, it's very cool looking. Yeah, that would be. I would love to go see it. I would love to go see it. Looks very cool. Let's see. Looks like his face. Tell you, man, it looks like the Concord. No Shadow Maw Panthers, man. Ooh, it's Paladin died in Scarlet Monastery. If that was the tank for the group, that could spell some doom. Yeah, see, there goes another one. So this could be a Scarlet Monastery wipe. Yeah, there goes another one, look. Oh my god. Full Scarlet Monastery wipe. Yeah, 3 out of 5. It's so funny when you see people start to die in a dungeon. People want to see the wipe. They're like, look, they're like, complete it. Let's see the full wipe. But yeah, you don't usually see like a full wipe in dungeons because usually like somebody's a rogue and they vanish or Hunter Fane does. You know, there's usually some people that make it. I'm gonna take a quick break. Let me take a quick AFK because I want to help my wife with something. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Do I enjoy healing in dungeons? Yeah, I like healing. I was a priest main for my first probably 3 years of World of Warcraft. You know, from like 2004 all the way to like 2007. Most of my gameplay was on priest, so I was pretty much a main healer. I was a raid healer in early TBC, and then right around Magtheridon, when we were clearing Magtheridon, I got to the point where I kind of got tired of raiding in WoW, and I started focusing more on PvP. And I was a disc priest in twos and threes in TBC arena, and I was just under 2,000 rating, because it was new. Everything was new back then. I mean, I was still a clicker. I mean, everybody was a clicker back then. You know, like everybody, like you didn't see a lot of people using like keybinds and using like complex macros and stuff back in 2000, 2006. I think people forget that. You know, a lot of people forget how different people approached the game back then as opposed to today. But you know what's even amazing is even today, I'm always amazed by how many times I see like these death clips, and I always have a kind of fun time going through the Discord here and looking for death clips and stuff. They're fun to watch. Let's see. I'm not sure what happened, but F to my fellow human. Not sure what this is. So apparently this mage is gonna die. Thing that's a little tricky about this ship here in the wetlands is there's a lot of these cursed sailors are underneath the deck here, and so if you're low enough level, and these are yellow to him, so he's probably around level 28. If you're low enough level, you'll accidentally aggro these. Look at how his death log is working correctly. My death log, ever since I updated to the latest version, is completely broken. Let me see if they've updated it, because I don't know what's going on with the death log, but they completely broke it with one of the newest versions. So let me see if they put out a patch or something, because the one I was using was totally borked. No, the one I grabbed was from the 27th. I don't know what's going on with it. Let me try. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways. Where's his mage friend? He said there's a mage person that dies here. This mage person's gonna die, but where are they? There they are. They're down underneath. See, the mage is underneath the deck. I'm assuming it's this blue square. Yeah, and see, look at all the people on that mage. Oh, and like, he can't even get to the mage. It's like dead. Oh man. But what I was saying was that even like even in this day and age, it's surprising to me that people are clickers and they're clicking buttons. And you look at this clip of this level 60 rogue, and does Twitch only allow you to stream like at 720 or I don't know. Anyways, you see here, this guy's a clicker, because you can see, look at his evasion. See, there's no keybind, no adrenaline, no keybind. See, he's got keybinds, right? But he doesn't have a keybind on his adrenaline or his feint or his evasion. Where's his sprint at? His sprint doesn't look like it even has a keybind, right? You can see he just clicked this button. I'm not sure what that button was. I think that was Vanish. Oh my god. So if you're playing in WoW in hardcore, like even his Vanish isn't keybound. You can't play WoW in today's day and age and be... I mean, you can play and be a clicker, but you're going to be so much better if you just keybind everything. So it always amazes me that for this game that's been around since 2004, that you still have people that aren't keybinding everything. You know, you see him go down with his mouse cursor here and click that, and now he gets all these mobs. Now he's gonna try to click everything. Watch, he's gonna click a bunch of buttons. Look, he actually went down here and clicked this one, then he clicked this one. He clicked sprint, adrenaline rush, and healing potion. I mean, all the time it takes to go down there and click these abilities, you're not looking at what's happening on the screen. His best chance to survive this encounter would be to jump off the ledge here, down here, onto this little platform. That would have got a bit of a safe spot. I don't think he could have. Maybe if he just immediately, when he aggroed, immediately went for this spot, he might have made it. Like if he's, but again, if you're using keybinds, those precious seconds of just instantly being able to hit a keybind without having to look down at your bar to click it can mean the difference between life and death. And it could have been a difference here between life and death, you know. So. What's up, little Laws? How you doing, man? Yeah, but see, my death log is just totally broken. I don't know what's going on with it. Like, look, it's all screwed, like, grayed out, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I don't know what happened to it. Let's clear cache too. This will remove deathlog data. Import deathlog from hard. This will append entries. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my deathlog, so I've just been basically hiding it. And for some reason we got this skull just kind of floating around in space. It's weird, man. Gas warp you. It's not, you're not going to outpace like a marksman or a straight up BM hunter for damage. Like, if someone's really good and they know how to play the hunter class and they're playing marksman, they're going to out DPS you. And if someone really knows how to play BM correctly, they're probably going to out DPS you, but you can still do good damage if you understand how to do damage. You also have to understand that a melee hunter is going to be mostly BM anyway, right? You're going to, because basically all you need to be a melee hunter is you just need savage strikes, you need clever traps, and I would also recommend getting deflection, and deterrence is also a must. And you're going to need sure-footed because you need the hit rating. You know, later on down the road, if you get a bunch of hit rating based gear, you can start taking talent points out of hit rating, out of sure-footedness, and you can slide them over into like improved feign death. But the most important thing with melee hunter is your traps are going to be a huge part of your damage. Like if you look at my character here, you look at the breakdown of where's the damage coming from, you can see that here, you know, just straight up auto attacking 42%. My immolation trap, look at that. 28% of my damage is coming from my immolation trap. And then Raptor Strike, which is my main melee ability, is doing 25% of my damage. So 67% of my damage is coming from melee, 28% is coming from my trap, and then Firebolt's just it's the gloves I have sometimes proc like a Firebolt. And of course, Wing Clip is just another damage. And then Mongoose Bite, which we're not seeing that a lot because, you know, I have to be getting attacked to actually proc Mongoose Bite. So, but your damage is, like if you're doing dungeons, for example, Explosive Trap does a shit ton of damage. Let me show you. It's a really interesting spec. You have to understand how to play it. Like but what's really cool about Melee Hunter is when you spec Melee Hunter, the way I like to spec, and I call, you know, and there's different ways to spec Melee Hunter. Like some people think of a Melee Hunter as just someone who's spec'd into survival. So I talk about Melee Hunter from two different builds. One I call a Melee Hunter, which is meaning melee only, like you do no range damage. Then the other one, which is the better build, Little Laws, if you want to make one that's a little bit more viable, the better hunter is what I call the melee hybrid hunter, which is, it's a melee still, but I let the hunter use the following ranged abilities. I let the hunter use stings, okay? So think about it. Like if you look at survival hunter in Battle for Azeroth, for example, they have an ability called Poison Dart, which you don't even have to have a ranged weapon equipped to use it. It's just a skill that you have called where your character pulls a little crossbow from their hip and shoots a poison dart. So you don't even have to have like a bow equipped to use that ability. You can just have like a two-hand staff equipped, but you could still use poison dart. So I really like the Battle for Azeroth Survival Hunter because it feels like one of the best versions of what could be a melee hunter in WoW. So what I tried to do in vanilla was to emulate that, and the best way to emulate that in vanilla is to allow the hunter to use Serpent Sting, because Serpent Sting does no physical, does no like, it's not even a, it doesn't do any range damage. Because a lot of range damage like Arcane Shot and regular just auto shot ranged is physical damage, right? Physical like range damage. But Serpent Sting isn't. Serpent Sting is a straight up dot. When you shoot Serpent Sting and the arrow hits the mob takes no damage. The first damage the mob takes is from the tick calculated damage from the poison that the arrow applies. So it's really just it's really a debuff. It's a poison debuff. So the hybrid melee hunter, what I like to, which is my favorite version of melee hunter in vanilla, you can use Serpent Sting, you can use Viper Sting, and you can use Scorpion Sting. And then you're gonna accidentally get auto shots in there with your bow or your gun, but I try to avoid that as much as possible. And so if I show you a clip, let me see. We go to, I don't know, was it Skull or Strathholm? I can't remember. No, Skolomaz? No. Oh, videos. I'm on the wrong section. Sorry. So here, this is me playing my hybrid melee hunter build, right? So this is me playing my hybrid melee hunter build. And it's on the same server too. This is actually on Skullrock. And actually this character, this level 60, and forgive the bad quality of this video clip. When I made this, I didn't know the best way to create video clips. I know a much better way to create these now. But anyway, so forgive the poor quality. But this is me in Strathholm, level 60, on the same server I'm on now, which is Skullrock, on my hybrid melee hunter named Shady Moon. And this character, if I go to the here, hold on a second. If we go to the character screen, still exists. She's right here. This is my level 60 hybrid melee hunter. She's never died, hardcore. She's currently got dual flurry blades with Crusader, but that's not the best setup. But the dual flurry blades with Crusader are decent damage. But I've since, you want a main hand weapon that's slow. So a much better setup that I've been using on melee hunter, I think on a different server, is the, I can't remember the name of the sword. There's a 2.8 attack speed sword that's like a blue sword. It procs like a strength effect on you or something afterward. It's not the annealed blade, because that's a lower level blade. I can't remember it, but there's a different sword I'm using on another setup with this hunter. And then in the offhand, I'm actually using the assassination blade, just because the 1% crit is actually really good. So the melee hunter, what you're looking for is high crit rate, right? You want high crit because you want to get a lot of Raptor Strike crits, because that's where most of your melee damage is coming. But then your other damage is coming from your explosive trap. Like a ton of your damage in dungeons especially is going to be coming from explosive trap, because you're going to be hitting multiple enemies. So if you look here with my melee hybrid hunter in Skolomaz, you can see the damage done here. I'm actually number 3 on damage, but the people that are ahead of me, I am still doing 25.5% damage in this group, and almost all my damage is melee and explosive trap, right? So that's most of my damage is coming from that, and of course my pet, right? But you can see the people that are ahead of me in damage is a mage. You're never going to out DPS a good mage. Like even a regular hunter would have a hard time out DPSing a good mage. So mages are just very difficult to beat damage-wise. And then the number 2 damage is Rogue, and we're very close. He's just a little bit ahead of me. And rogues do good damage, obviously, in vanilla. So it's difficult to beat a rogue, but you can if you have good gear. Like if you have good gear, you can easily out DPS a rogue, seriously. So yeah, so is melee hunter viable? It is, if you know what you're doing, right? If you know what you're doing, you have to understand that you're going to need a slow main hand weapon. You're going to need a fast hand weapon, and you're going to want Crusader on both weapons, because you want to proc Crusader as much as possible. Also, you can get Frost Oil, put Frost Oil on both weapons, because that's going to give you a chance to proc extra Frost Bolts. You also want to get as many high-level scrolls as you can, scrolls of agility, scrolls of strength, because you can buff your pet with those. Keep your pet buffed with scrolls of strength, scrolls of agility. Keep yourself buffed with mongoose potions. Keep yourself buffed with Winterfall Firewater, right? Give yourself Winterfall Firewater. Maybe give yourself mongoose potions. Another thing you're going to want is Dragon Breath Chili. Dragon Breath Chili puts out a lot of decent damage, because with the melee hunter, you're going to be in on these big pulls, and if you proc like Dragon Breath Shield, you could be hitting like 3, 4, 5 mobs with that, and it's actually it all adds up. So you have to really min max, right? So if you look at this video clip of where we almost died, we actually almost died in this video clip, right?
We got extras. Yep.
But you can see I'm a hybrid melee hunter. The other thing you could do to optimize your DPS as a hybrid melee hunter is, again, like I said, I allow myself to use Serpent Sting. You can toss out, like as you're moving in to engage in melee range, you can try to toss out Serpent Stings on multiple targets. Because again, it's just you, like it's almost like playing a Warlock. You're using Serpent Sting as like a Shadow Word Pain, or as a Curse of Agony, or whatever the Warlock debuffs are. I can't remember. I don't play Warlock a lot. So, but you, as you're moving out, you could quickly like hit 3 mobs with Serpent Sting if you want, and that'll increase your damage. And then you move in, you're going to immediately feign death, drop Explosive Trap, try to get Explosive Trap to hit as many targets as you can, and then you're going to jump on one target and just beat him down with Raptor Strike, melee damage, until your next trap, till your feign death comes off cooldown, and you can drop another trap, possibly.
Yeah, watch out for backward.
So here, I shot this guy with Serpent Sting. We're pulling back because we don't want to get this other mob, additional mob. This big dude coming in, we don't want to aggro him, because we actually already have aggroed 2 packs. Which we didn't really want 2 packs. So I'm just throwing out some Serpent Stings. Now I'm going to move in. This isn't the best example of me being efficient with my rotation here, just simply because I was being careful, not, we didn't want to aggro this other mob.
Jesus.
So here I'm just, just doing. So this guy was casting a spell, so I had my pet stun him. Now I'm going to immediately feign death. You see here I feign death and I drop Explosive Trap. See that? And you see Explosive Trap is up. It hits multiple targets, right? You can see the damage. 315 damage, 293, 291. These are all the damage from Explosive. I go ahead, you're spec'd into BM, so I pop Bestial Wrath again to increase my damage, my pet's damage.
Good evening, everyone.
Lovely.
Crack's on cooldown, so if we can keep backing up. Yep. If he comes,
So again, now we're just backing up.
I'm gonna blind.
I'm a full back up right here.
Up, he's coming. Blind. Can we get a Frost Trap or a Shadow?
Now he's asking me for a Frost Trap. I can't, because my Feign Death is on cooldown.
Shackle, maybe?
Nope. We're good.
But I tell him no, I can't do it. But then my Feign Death does come off cooldown a few seconds later, so I move in and go ahead and do the Frost Trap.
We also have Forester on us.
So you can see the Frost Trap is in effect.
Good evening, everyone.
The other thing that's...
I'm an evasion tank Forester. Keep him off Pig.
You can see the Flurry Axe procs too. The other thing that's nice about the Melee Hunter is you provide a lot of utility for your group. Like the one thing that people don't understand, if you're playing the Melee Hunter, what's really nice is you are going to be spec'd into improved traps. That means that your Frost Trap is going to freeze mob for like 20 seconds, and that's a pretty significant CC. And also in Vanilla WoW, your Feign Death is a fairly short cooldown, so you can like, yeah, no problem, Laws. Yeah, your Feign Death is on a pretty short cooldown, so you're in one fight you're able to like drop multiple traps. In that fight there that I was showing you there, I ended up CCing. Here let me. Do I still have that video open? Yeah. Actually, in this video clip here, I trapped this mob, and you'll see me trap again, right?
I'm low on mana.
You can see here the priest at this point is almost completely so this is getting very sketch. We're like really worried. This is a hardcore group, right?
I'm slept.
Like the tank's starting to get low, the healer's starting to get a little bit low. Again, I feigned death right here and trap. I didn't call it out, which I should have called this out, that, hey, I'm going to trap this guy. But what's really good is that my group is very smart, and once they see the trap land, they back off. No one breaks it.
Slept again.
Plus, there were a couple people in our group that were CC'd.
Look out for those spectral citizens.
Yep.
Okay, what do we
Now you can see the tank is very low on health. The priest is very low on health, and the priest has no mana. So at this point, we're like, what are we going to do? Are we going to try to run out, or are we going to keep trying to push this situation?
I don't have any mana.
And now the priest is saying, I got no mana. And now the tank's almost dead. Like, look at this. He's almost dead.
Shit.
And so as a precaution, you can see we're all kind of moving towards the... We're all moving away from combat, anticipating that we may need to run out of the dungeon.
Petri, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Now we're calling, are you going to Petri? Which I think Petri should be removed from World of Warcraft for hardcore, because I think it's a really cheap way to avoid death. But it is part of the game, so whatever. So we say, are you going to Petri? He says, and so the tank says, no, I'm good.
Chill dwelling.
The tank was the tank was pretty ballsy, though. You can see here, once again, the rogue is CC'd again. He keeps getting CC'd.
We going, or what are we doing?
What are we doing?
I'm binging.
Okay.
And so we're like trying to figure out, do we need to run because the healer's got no mana, and the tank says, nope, I'm bandaging, and you can see his health. You can see his health goes up pretty good chunk.
Go.
I'm healing my pet. You're gonna see me probably trap
Stop
again.
DPS on patch.
Once he calls right there, he says stop DPS on patch, right? So the kind of our group leader says stop doing damage to the patch. Once I hear that, I immediately go for the trap, because I know nobody's gonna be hitting him, right? Watch.
Stop DPS and patch. Okay. I can freeze patch.
So I'm like, oh, I'll just freeze him. You don't want to DPS him? I'll just freeze him.
I'm dancing with the spectral, so he's dancing.
Another thing that a lot of people don't know is in Skolamons, if you dance with this, if you accidentally hit a spectral citizen, they attack you. But if you dance with them, they will dance, stopping them from attacking. So he starts dancing with the spectral citizen, which causes him to dance and thus stop attacking.
Someone dance with him, a mode dance with a citizen, and he won't fight.
Okay, mana potion up. I'm gonna heal everyone.
And now Pig gets his mana potion up. You can see his mana potion gave him quite a bit of mana, and he's going to do a inner focus buffed greater prayer of healing. And you're going to see this huge heal come in.
All right.
Pig was a good priest. He knew what he was doing. You can see that heal come in, and it almost did a full heal on the entire group.
Can I gouge him? Give us 5 more seconds, or are we good?
No, we're good.
And now we're pretty much good. We take these guys out. But yeah, so definitely like I said, there's the melee hunter, and there's what I like to call the melee hybrid hunter, where you can use serpent sting and viper sting. Viper sting is really useful. You can drain mana on, if you get a few mobs if you get a couple casters outside the main group you're fighting in a dungeon, there's maybe a couple casters on the outskirts, and they're throwing bombs out there, and they're throwing a bunch of spells at you. If you have viper sting, you can toss that on one of those guys, and it can prevent a couple spells from being cast because the guy just runs out of mana. So it is a very useful to have. So like I said, it's still pretty much a melee hunter, but you give the melee hunter the additional ability to pull too, like giving yourself the ability to use like serpent sting. You can pull mobs from a distance, which is really useful, and you can just do a little bit of extra damage with serpent sting. It's not a lot, but you will push out about 9%, like 8 to I'd say 8 to 10% of your overall damage could be serpent sting if you're really good at getting it out quickly. So you go into a fight, maybe there's 4 mobs, and you hit serpent sting on 2 or 3 of them before you engage. You feign death, you drop your explosive trap, you pop bestial wrath with your pet, and you start DPSing down one target, move to the next, and just follow the tank and focus fire, assist the tank. But again, the thing that's really cool about the melee hunter is you have so much utility. Like you can easily like kite a mob, you can easily like freeze a mob, you can like have your pet off tank a mob. Like you're a really useful character for your party if people understand what you bring to the table. And you bring a lot of survivability, because if you spec the way I spec, you can even yourself basically handle off-tanking a mob yourself because of deterrence, because of, I'm basically almost always going to go with... I'm always going to go with 5 out of 5 on aspect of the monkey and 5 out of 5 on deflection. So your parry is going to be like 9 to 10% parry. And your dodge, once you get a lot of agility-based gear, is going to be pushing like 30% or higher dodge when you're in monkey. So you can easily like off-tank a mob all by yourself. So you can off-tank a mob, freeze a mob, and have your pet off-tank a mob. So you could literally, in a group, be handling 3 mobs by yourself. Okay, you can even kite a mob. So you can off-tank one mob, and then when he starts to do too much damage, you just wing clip him, and you kite him. You kite him while your pet's off tanking a mob, while you just cycle your freezing trap on the third mob. So as a hybrid melee hunter, you do have a ton of utility that's very beneficial to a hardcore group. People are very sketchy. They get scared when you say I'm a melee hunter. They don't even want you in their group because they don't think you're going to be able to do damage. What they don't understand is you can actually do good damage, and you are way more survivable than any marksman hunter. You're way more survivable than a regular BM hunter because of the way you're spec'd. You just are. You have way more survivability. A regular BM hunter is probably not going to have deterrence. He's probably not going to have, he's probably not going to have improved aspect of the mug. He's probably not going to have, improved parry, whatever it's called, deflection. He's not going to, because he's going to be spec'd into BM, and probably his other points are going to be flowing into marksman, right? So he's not going to have any survival probably at all. So it's just, so people don't really fully understand, I don't think most people really understand the benefits of a really good hybrid melee hunter. They really don't, because they probably haven't seen very many, right? I've been playing melee hunter for years, so I know kind of what they're capable of, And the other thing that's really interesting is it's fun. It's super fun, Laws, because you have so much flexibility. When you're hybrid like that, you can sit back and do range damage if you wanted to. Like, there are times when, I try not to do any range damage on the hybrid melee hunter build outside of just servicing, but there are times where I'm able to down a target from range. Maybe I'm kiting him and I have no mana. I might just run around and do auto shots with my bow or something, just because, like, it's hardcore. I don't want to die, I'm kiting something, So, but it'll be interesting to see. So this character, like I said, we've got all these stipulations on this character. This is melee only. But once we get to level 60, that will change. This character will not stay. This character will move to the hybrid build once I hit 60. So I will go ahead and equip a bow, because we want to be able to get the stats. So the bow also is like a nice stat stick. So we're going to want a bow with agility and stuff like that. And we're going to want to use servicing. Oh, we got our first Shadowcat hide. We need more Shadowcat hide, because I am a leatherworker. I also have some leatherworking quests right now. Right here from Feralus. So, but we need Wildvine, and the best place to get Wildvine really is in Airy Peak, and we're kind of not really high enough level to farm those trolls yet. So we got some work to do. You wish you recorded one dungeon run. You saved everyone by sacrificing yourself with Hellfire, took aggro off all the most. That's the cool thing about warlocks. I totally, hey Strafe, I totally want to play a warlock. I am so down for playing warlock. Once this character reaches 60, my alt, actually I might start an alt warlock, human warlock, here pretty soon. I'm trying not to get too distracted from leveling this character, because it'll slow this character down a lot if I start playing on the warlock. But I've never leveled a warlock to 60 in vanilla. And I consider myself a complete noob with warlocks, just because I don't really play them that much. But I want to do this, what do they call the tank draining, or what do they call the drain build? I want to do that drain build where you can, like, kill yourself really easily with life drain. I got to look up to see the exact build for it, but. Yeah, the drain tank. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do like a drain tank or something. I want to have the ability to, like, just regen like a lot of my health with life drain or life, But yeah, let's go ahead and. Unfortunately, one thing that is just sucks. I think one of the reasons I don't play locks, I always had trouble. I don't like standing still. I like to move around. That's why I like Hunter's Lock, because I can move around and do stuff, especially melee. I'm very mobile, which I really like. It's solid for soloing stuff. Nice. Yeah, but the other thing is I love night elves a lot, so it's just you can't do a night elf warlock, unfortunately, which I can understand why. It doesn't really make sense, I don't think, to have a warlock that's a night elf, But let's go ahead and create our let's go ahead and create a warlock. I wish I could play more. I mean, I got it tomorrow. I have to go to my wife's mom's house. We're gonna go because her mom had the stroke, so we we go over there and spend a lot of time with her on the weekends. So I don't know. Like if I'm streaming tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow night. I did create the demon priest, but I don't know if I'll probably never level that character. We have a lot of characters on this server. But there's no way I'm gonna play a gnome. And I'm not, and dwarfs can still, the only option you have is gnome and human, so we're definitely gonna be a human warlock, right? Hmm. Yeah, you're doing the demo. It's pretty good, yeah. I just wish I could be a night elf warlock. I wish I could be a night elf warlock. Let's go for like a hair color I don't usually do. What was this one? Let's go for this hair color, and then let's go for this face. Ugh. I hate how WoW disconnects you sometimes when you're like at the character creation screen. It's like I wasn't there for very long. You're gonna disconnect me? Like really? What are you doing? What are you doing to me here, bro? Alright. Maybe we have to go with the black hair. Black hair just looks cool for the warlock. Dark agony. No, what's a good name for like a hardcore warlock? Warlock. Shadowward Pain, Shady Pain. Shy Pain. I was gonna do Shady Pain, Shady Lock. How about Shady Lock? Shady Lock. I have a lot of my character names start with Shady, because it's just like a nice nickname. People say, "Hey, what's up, Shady?" You know. I like to create names where people can like use part of the name as just like a nickname. You know. Or Shady Lock, or we could do Shady Pain, Shady. What else do locks do? Do they do curse? Shady curses. Shady curse. What's to say? Warlocks are the bane of all. They're the bane of all life. Shady, empowered by demonic blood. Shady blood. How about shady blood? That's not bad. They can inflict great torment. Shady blood. The warlock can also summon and control terrifying demonic entities. Wicked, cruel. Say demonic, blood, cruel, Drain vitality from their victims. They can also lifesteal. Shady. Shy pain. Fear. Shady fears. Shady fears. That's the. I don't know. All the names are kind of silly, but I don't like that face. I like the. I'm gonna go with the short hair. Really dark skin, maybe. Hair color. White, maybe? No, black. We need some names, guys. We need some names. Let's ask ChatGPT. Create me some Warlock names for a WoW character. Longer than 12 characters in length. Use words like shady or pain or dark or fear or demonic. Be creative. Create 100 names. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Shady Hex, Dark Mancer, Fear Shade, Dark Sorrow, Shady Pain, Grim Shady, Dark Wretch, Night Terror, Dreadcaller, Agonizer, Pain Hex, Soul Pain, Pain Reaver, Pain's Curse Weaver, Fell Shady, Dreadfell. Most of these names are pretty bad. How about Witch? Use Witch in the name. See what it comes up with. Witch. Dark Witch, Void Witch. Rot Witch, Witch Rot, Witch Play. How about Rot? Shady Rot, Witch Rot, Hell Demon, Fell Witch, Fell Rot, Shady Witch, Fear Witch, Witch Fear, Terror, Horror Watch, Panic Watch, Witch Panic, Panic Witch, Panic, instead of like Panic Switch, Panic Witch. That's kind of interesting. What if, see, I'm sure Witch is taken, but okay, you just had to try it though. Shady Witch. I don't know. I don't really like that name. The Scream, Shady Screams. Oh, Shady Haunt, Shady Dread, Shady Fears. How about just Shady Fears? What do you think about Shady Fears? I don't. Shady Terror? Yeah, there's Shady Terror. I actually had a warlock named Shady Sucks, just because I'm bad at warlock. So I said Shady Sucks is in. I'm terrible at playing warlock. But then I was like, someone might think that might be some sort of like sexual thing, like I'm a gay guy who's, you know what I mean? I was like, and I didn't want to go there, so I was like, that's not a good name. I was like, that's not a good name. I I don't think my wife would like that. Crypt Witch. Crypt Witch. Oh, what about Crypt Girl? What about Crypt Girl? I don't know, Crypt Girl. It's kind of a weird name. What do you think, Crypt Girl? She likes the crypts. How about Creepy? Creepy. I think we might go with Shady Fears. I'm kind of liking that name, even though none of these really jump off the page at me. Shady Witch. There's Shady Fear, Shady Witch, Shady Bane, Dark Bane, Scream, Shady Scream, Scream Girl, Howler, Terror, Panic Witch, Witch Panic. Witch Curse. Why am I getting a text from my bank? Oh, no, nothing. Witch Blight, Affliction, Torment, Witch Hex, Hex Witch, Witch Agony. Yeah, Shady Life. Yeah, that's not bad. Shady Life's not bad. There's also Shady Life. That's not bad. Shady. I used to use the name Afterlife. Afterlife. I used to use that in FPS games. Shady Burn. Shady Life. Shady Life's kind of interesting. Shady Fears. Shady Sucks. I still like Shady Sucks. I don't know why. How about Greel? That was I always like the name Greel for some reason. Greel. Sounds like an orc name or a goblin name, doesn't it? Greel the Goblin. We're gonna go with Shady Fears. I think Shady Fears is okay. I like Shady Fears. Shady Void. I think we're going to go with Shady Fears. Shady Soul. Ooh, Shady Soul. Actually, I like Shady Soul. No, I like Shady Fears better. Anyway, we'll stick with that for now. I might play that later or something. Yeah, we'll think. I'll try to think of a better name. We gotta be able to come up with something. How about Blood Witch? I kind of like Blood. What about Blood Witch? What do you think of Blood Witch, Strafe? Blood Witch. Quest is done. I'm still trying to kill these guys for the leather, but we'll be better off getting it at a higher level. So. Shady blood. Shady blood. Shady blood and Blood Witch. I have created a character sword called Shady Heart, but I don't know. Some people didn't like that name. Black Heart, right? I'm sure that's probably taken. Black Heart, Dark Heart. I had a DK named Blood Babe, which I thought was a great name for a Blood DK. Blood Babe. I liked that name, Blood Babe, for my Blood DK. I'm going to do a hairstyle I don't normally do, which is this one. And if you go to the different like clothes, different characters here, you can see what her skin looks like, you know, with under different clothing. What did we come up with? We had Shady Soul, Shady Blood. We had Blood Witch. Witch Blood. Ah. Where? Grr. I don't know. I think the longer hair is always. No matter how many hairstyles I try, I always end up with this just because it's animated. Like your ponytail moves when you cast, which is always kind of nice. Imagine playing Numb. We eat off from. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Shady Blood. We'll go with Shady Blood. I like that a little better. Do we like this piercings or do we like the longer ones? Simple piercings or this one? Actually, I think I like the. Shitty blood. I have like too many characters on this server. Shitty blood. I think maybe we should play the Warlock a little bit tonight. We'll stop the stream and start a new stream. Do a little bit of Warlock leveling. Alright, what are we going to do with this character? This character apparently we need the Jungle Stalkers. Those guys are pretty high level though. I mean 41. We have a quest to turn in here, Panther Mastery. And we have some quests to turn in down there. Alright, let's see if we can do the Goblin sponsorship, I guess. Oh, I didn't realize my inventory was a disaster, as usual. Yeah, it's so weird to have different weapons now. After all that time with that two-hand weapon, to have like dual one-hand weapons feels so much better. Let's see if we can actually get this quest done. Your inventory, sir. It is full. Of course it's full. It's always full. Level 58. Actually, I don't know why I dropped my trap there. That was stupid. So he's not going to come calling.
Help you find something? Light bless you.
Light be with you, or the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
Just wondering if we shouldn't burn out the rest of our buffs, world buffs. I'm grinding some mobs here. Let's do that. Ooh, knockdown. I'm still not sold on Shady Blood, on the name Shady Blood. I don't know. The Elder Road of Stamina. I'm stunned. Boom. We are level, you know what? We are level 40. We haven't hit the trainer yet, so we do get an upgraded Raptor Strike. Also, we get mail armor, so I'm kind of debating on whether I should craft the Turtle Scale Breastplate just because of the huge increase in armor. But the problem is we're going to lose a lot of agility, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, Shady Heart's the name I've used before. I actually mentioned that before. Shady Heart's a name that I like, and it's a name that I've used before. So, and I do like that name, so. I want to go with a different look, though. Go with that, or we could go with. Ah, God, I hate that it always disconnects. It's so frustrating, man. Actually, go with that. No, it looks too nice. Such a weird hairstyle.
Everything you never do, and all you never say, never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong, it never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take to look away? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break down. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown.
Okay, so we got the 40 hunter. We got my 60 hardcore hunter. We've got a 22 hunter. She looks badass, by the way. We got a 35 hunter. I got too many hunters, man. We're not going Slim Shady. No way.
It's not like you were there for me, so why do I still want you here? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me
Need help?
down.
Ooh, I like agility and strength. Oh, yes, Morpheus.
Life lesson.
Oh my god. Look at that inventory. Maybe we still need that. Don't need that.
Go with honor.
What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town.
What I was saying is we could craft this, right? The total scale breastplate. I mean, it does give us... The thing is, it gives us a lot more armor, like 125 more armor, but 15 agility is a shit ton of agility to lose, so I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, agility is by far our best stat. We've already got the shoulders, we've already got the headband. We can't make this because we can't make a belt buckle. We can't get a belt buckle. Yeah, I haven't played a Warlock. Like, the highest level I've ever got a Warlock 2 in Vanilla WoW is like... And I've played Vanilla WoW since 2004 beta. So I've played a shit ton of hours on... I mean, I've literally spent probably a couple years of my life playing this video game. Like, I bet I've probably... Probably not a couple years, but I bet I've probably got well over a year of actual real-life game time playing this game. That's pretty scary, right? Maybe not... I don't know. I know, like, on my... When they used to have that where you could go online and look how many days played on a character, I know my priest... One of my priests was like... you know... 50... Almost 2 months. I don't know. Alright, so we want... We don't need any of this stuff. I mean, Beast Lord would be kind of nice, but I don't want to pay the money. So 63 silver. Maybe we'll get it. Mail we definitely need, which unfortunately is expensive. And then we need... We definitely need Raptor Strike. Probably should get Wing Clip. What's this one? 19.5 seconds. What's mine at? Where is my freezing trap? Get right here. It's place. Oh, that's no. This is only 13 seconds. Wow. Whereas this one's like 19.5 seconds. Damn. That's really good. Reclip is 55% movement speed versus what mine is, which is 50. So I think we can pass on that for now. It ain't that big a deal. Don't need any of this stuff. Alright.
Safe travels.
So we blew some money, but
What's on your mind?
nothing crazy. Yes, Growl. We need that. Give my pet some better.
Watch your back.
And now we're gonna have to fix a few things because Growl ranked up. Let's Growl rank 5. Growl rank 5. Okay, cool. That's done. Leaked turtle WoW files. This guy says he's hosting leaked turtle WoW files. Leaked turtle WoW files. Reports indicate the turtle WoW the private server experienced a significant security breach, which mentions of previous code leaks being removed from platforms. Yet following a Blizzard lawsuit, someone repacked turtle WoW for a single player 2 days ago. So someone repacked Turtle WoW as a single player game. Interesting. I mean, I think Turtle WoW. I feel like the people that made Turtle WoW that they're gonna come. Still feel like they're gonna come back at some point and create a different game, like here a different version of WoW. Like the guy in Russia for sure. Like I don't think he could. I don't think they could really do anything. The thing with Turtle WoW is as long as they don't like be so egregiously like brazen and like to like rub how much money they were making, how many people were playing their game, and like rub it in the face of Blizzard. Like just don't do that, man. And then just like don't be so monetization heavy, like trying to make so much money off of the game. You know, just make enough to, you know, to make some money, of course. But there's Salona. I don't know, whatever. It's silver. Try some. If I go 2 is 3 silver, and one of these is 4 silver. Okay, so it's definitely better to make. Hey, not on stream right now, but yeah. How are you? I'm going to start a warlock. Some paladin was camping mob spawn. He was spamming consecrate but went AFK, I think. And I stole the mob. Alright, let me see how much leather. How much leather do we have? I mean, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So we got about 100 thick. We got some heavy. We should probably just turn that into thick. We've got 6 turtle scales. Brutal War actually probably just get rid of. Probably need to sell some of this stuff. The summer bass is Raptor flesh. Tasty lion steak. Let's get rid of this. We need zesty clam meat eventually for the cooking quest, I think, so I guess we can hold on to it. I don't think we're ever going to need elemental water, I don't think, but I don't think I'm going to be using green whelp scales either. I mean, I don't even think I have any recipes that use it. Here, thick murloc scale. We need 7 more shadow cat hide. And we need 2 black pearls and shadow cat hide, and then we can craft our shadow skin gloves. Black pearls I like to get off the... Again, that's more like Tenaris turtles for that. We're kind of like at a point where once we get to like 43, like if we get about 3 more levels under my belt, then it's going to open up a lot of options for like leveling and also for leatherworking, because we can start getting the Scorpid scale recipes. I don't know what level the Scorpid scale gear is, though. Let's take a look. So if we look here, requires, okay, that's not going to be it. It's lower level than this. Let's go previous. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, it's a tough Scorpid. It's a tough Scorpid, so it's requires level 39. So we can wear this Scorpid stuff. Like tough Scorpid gloves. Now these are going to be really good for us because, I mean, it's not, it is male, It's good for two reasons. They have agility and it's higher armor, so it's gonna be really good for us. And too bad it doesn't have stamina though. It's like agility spirit, which kind of sucks. If it was agility stamina, it'd be so much better. It's so weird that it's like agility spirit, you know? It's like kind of surprising, really. But yeah, we'll be using that, and then of course we'll be going for the dragon scale gloves. And I don't know Worn Dragon scales. I'm curious what's the lowest level mobs we could kill to get. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dustwallow Marsh. Yeah, so yeah, we could farm there. We could farm Dustwallow Marsh. Yeah, we could farm that. That's why I farmed them before when I was farming those scales. That's where I farmed them. Yeah, because the dragon scale gauntlets are good. So we probably could almost get that before we even get the other one. You know, trying to get the black pearls. It'd probably be quicker just to get the dragon scale gauntlets, and I think they're better than these. I think this one's got 6 stamina, crit 1. And this has 7 stamina, spirit, and crit. So it's definitely a little bit better. All right, we got so much. Oh my god, we have so much stuff. My inventory is a disaster. Don't know if we need spider silk for anything. I don't think so. Let's sell that. Let's get rid of this. I don't think we need spider silk for anything. Yeah, we can always get that stuff later, so let's get rid of the silk. And we do need the buzzard wings for a quest in the Badlands.
See you around.
Let's just cook some food up and just so we can make some money.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Need help? Kept in the dark. Am I so used?
No, we definitely don't want to cook our we don't want to cook our buzzard wings. Ooh, we've got dragon breath chili recipe. Wow, nice. I actually think I have some flame sacks, maybe 1 or 2. Let's take a look. I forgot. Dragon breath chili is really going to be nice for us. We got 58. Nice. Congrats, man. Grumpy old wizard, dude. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you been, Grumpy? Good to see you. Congrats on 58, Strafe. Oh, we got 4 flame sacks. Sweet.
See you later. Light be with you.
Oh, let's get rid of the silk. Get rid of this. This. This.
Go with honor.
You get bored with Miss. Yeah, switch to TV. Well, I'm just doing this hardcore thing. This is like kind of an event that a lot of the people that I play around with, you know, that I've played with in the past on the official hardcore and the community-based hardcore have decided to create this event on Skull Rock, where, you know, the leveling self-found, you know, hardcore self-found characters all the way to 60, and then trying to clear Molten Core with a self-found guild. Let's see, we need... You got 1 gold to spare. I can't trade. I'm so... No, I can't trade. Got 1 gold to spare. Sorry. Person begging for money. That's just sad. This is sad. Yeah, well, the thing that I'm doing with this character is I've given additional extra challenges for this character before she reaches level 60, and one of those challenges that she can only equip gear that she has crafted herself. So I pretty much had to be a leather worker, right? So I can only wear gear that I craft myself. I can only use weapons that I find in treasure chests or fishing crates. And I got really lucky today and got 2 new weapons today from fishing crates. Both these weapons, this one here, the Greater Scythe of the Eagle, and the Ebon Scimitar of the Bear, I got from fishing crates today. And as you can see, all my gear is crafted gear by me. Made by Lonely Elf. All these are made by me, right? Every single thing is crafted by me. I mean, I have no rings and no neck piece just because I haven't found anything. The only like jewelry I can wear, excuse me. The jewelry is the same as the weapons. It has to come from like a treasure chest or a fishing crate. So, do we have any? Oh, any hot spices? 4 more hot spices. Is there anything else we can cook up? I'm just trying to cook up any food we can.
Looking for something specific? Safe travel.
And Dragon Breath Chili. We're definitely going to be farming a lot for Dragon Breath Chili. This is going to be a nice DPS increase for me. Especially if I can start pulling multiple mobs at once. Like taking down maybe 2 or 3 mobs at a time. With Explosive Trap and Dragon Breath Chili, that might be able to speed up my leveling process, speed just a little bit. No, I can't use any gear dropped off on mobs. I can't use any quest gear. I can't buy gear. I can't use the auction house because I'm self-found. Can't trade. Can't use the auction house. Can't use gear that drops off a mob. Can't use gear from quest rewards. Can't use gear from, you know, it has to be from a treasure chest or a fishing crate. Okay, so that's good. Okay. All right, so I think we're set up pretty good. We still have like way too much stuff in my inventory. Let's clean some of this out. Yeah, Feralus. You what for me? Like good place to go? Level 40. You know, Feralus. We're a little bit low level for Feralus. Yeah, or actually, yeah. So Feralus is not good for me. Yeah, I mean, I've done some of STV. We've got like a bunch of quests to turn in actually. I mean, currently we have 3 quests to turn into SCV, so we're gonna fly at SCV to turn in 3 quests that I have. But yeah, SCV. Good day to you. But I'm kind of at that. I'm at that level, that leveling area where it's like, let's see, agility, 5 intellect, spirit, intellect, protection, stamina.
Have a good one.
40 is always a crappy level for me. Like, it's always like, you just need to get like a couple levels, you know, right? Because once you get to like 42 or 43, then Tenaris is really good. Like, I like to go to Tenaris when I'm like around like 43. 43 is when I hit Tenaris usually. There is the Badlands though. We haven't done all the Badlands yet. So, I mean, well, no, we did some of it. So the only thing left would be, I mean, there's the next level of the study of the Elements Rock, right? 39. So we can do that one. And that's really about it. And then just the, you know, picking up the scrounging quest here, 40 scrounging, which is just getting stuff off these ogres. So there's 2 quests we can do here, which is not great. And there's probably a couple quests we can do here. You know, a couple quests we can do at South Shore. So you just get to a point where there's like a few quests you can do in a lot of different places, but it feels kind of bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would much rather go to a location and have like, 5 or 6 quests to do as opposed to have to fly all the way to this one remote location just to do 2 quests. What about, I think Ashara is higher level, isn't it? Where is Ashara anyway? Ugh. It's here. Yeah, Ashara is higher level. Yeah, so 40 is always I always dislike 40. Once you get to 43, everything opens up. Everything opens up. Actually, I think 43 all the way to 60 is pretty set. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do. At 43 we can do Airy Peak. At 43 we can do Tenaris. At 43 we can do Fairless. So we have like Airy Peak, Fairless, Tenaris. Once we get to like 40, 46, that opens up a few other areas, I think. Also, we can do, we can just try to do a few dungeons too. We can do Zulfaric probably as well. Yeah. And once we get to 48, we can do Searing Gorge. And of course, at level 50, again, at level 50, you've got, you got quite a few options at level 50. But usually at level 40, I just grind mobs for a couple levels, but I'm not sure that's the best thing to do on this character. We'll see. And I'm hungry. What did I eat for... I'm trying to think what I ate for dinner. I don't even know if I ate dinner. I had to have eaten something. I know I had a chicken sandwich for lunch. Oh, I had chicken for dinner, actually. But it was just chicken. I, cooked up some chicken tenderloins on the stove and just ate that just by itself. So it's probably why I'm hungry. Yeah, I think, do we have... Make tacos? Yeah. I don't have any hamburger meat right now. Where's the... let me... So here's the... Hold on a second. Did I just... Yeah, so 40, 41 Badlands. But I think we already did some of those quests. What do I use for a ranger? This is a melee hunter. No ranged weapons at all. This is straight melee. I have no ranged weapon. I don't even have a ranged weapon equipped. This is 100% pure melee. I'm getting tired and I don't want to go to bed because as soon as I go to bed, I have to get up and go over to the mother-in-law's. Not that I mind the mother-in-laws. I don't mind the mother-in-law, I just don't like the father-in-law. He's a jerk. If there was no father-in-law, going to visit the mother-in-law would be fine. Yeah, I can't. I mean, tomorrow like I said, tomorrow I gotta go with my wife to go visit her mom, and then after that, I'm sure she'll probably have some errands that she wants to do, and so I probably won't be able to play WoW tomorrow until like till like tomorrow night, you know, like maybe tomorrow like around 8 p.m. or something, 8 or 9 p.m. What quest do we have here?
Time is money, friend.
I mean, most of these are gonna be.
Glad I could help. Keep it real.
We might be able to do some of these quests.
You're a tall one.
Bring him the bottle that he lost. Yeah,
Off and away.
I don't remember where that is. Oh yeah, Caitlin.
Can I help you? Be careful.
Get Caitlin's diary from Pretty Boy Duncan. Yeah, it's kind of risky quest. Not super risky, but it can be because there's a lot of mobs there, a lot of casters.
Talk to me.
Favor.
Keep it real.
No, we definitely don't want that
Right
one.
back. Glad I
Speak
could
with
help.
somebody in Gadgetson. Nah.
Keep it real.
This one we can do.
Glad I could help. Keep it real. Hurry back. Adventure awaits. I have work for one such as you.
Where are the radar blueprints to somebody in the Shimmering Flats? Okay, well if that's the case, then
What's up?
Then we
Glad
might
I
as
could
well
help. Hurry
grab
back.
that one.
Keep it real.
So yeah, we can do the Skull Split. Actually, we're still a little bit low level for Skull Splitter tusks. This one, the Tumble Crystal, is definitely good. Oh wait, looks like there's another quest we have to turn in here. Oh, it's the, I forgot we did the leatherworking quest. Which was a super easy quest, by the way, but here.
Yo, be good. Have a good one.
Bring in Elder Crocodile skin. And this one's
Keep it
just
real.
is the elite Crocodile, so that one's, I think we can do that as well. But we'll do that later. I know adulting totally sucks, man. I like before I was married, I could just play WoW all day. If I wasn't married, dude, I could just play WoW all day long tomorrow. That's all I'd be doing tomorrow. If I wasn't married, I'd just be playing WoW like all day long. But unfortunately, I'm married, so I love my wife, but sometimes I just wish I could sit at home and play WoW, you know. But she, I play WoW a lot, anyways. I play WoW usually too, but I play probably like 3 hours of WoW every day. But that's nothing compared to what I did before I was married. Before I was married, I was probably playing like 5 hours a day, 5-6 hours a day, and then on the weekends I'd be doing like 10 hours on Saturday, maybe 10 hours on Sunday. Yeah, like tomorrow, I mean, I gotta give the dog a wash. We gotta go to Lowe's to get some stuff. I gotta probably go to the grocery store. I gotta go visit my wife's. We're gonna go visit her mom tomorrow. There's all these little. We gotta probably go to Kohl's. I got an Amazon return I want to do. You know what I mean? All these little stupid errands and then. Always too much stuff to do, man. Oh, we need to actually make the turtle scale breastplate and the gloves. So we are gonna need turtle scales for this. I was wondering about that blazing enchantment from the Badlands, and I'm wondering if it would be better to put it on that. Let me see. Classic WoW, blazing fire enchant, quest, fiery blaze enchantment. I'm wondering what proc rates. The fiery. World of Warcraft. Vanilla comes from a quest reward. If you have a hunter who is dual wielding 2 weapons and the offhand weapon attack speed is 1.9 and the main hand weapon attack speed is 2.8, which weapon should you enchant with the fiery blaze enchantment? Does the proc rate get affected more by skill usage? Use as Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite and Wing Clip are using the main hand weapon. Interesting. Wow, 390 experience for that quest turn in. So according to AI, I was curious if the Fiery Blaze enchant would be better on the main hand or the offhand, seeing as the offhand is much faster attack speed, but it says you should put it on your main hand. It says Rapid Strike specifically requires your main hand weapon. It is an on next swing attack, so that gives the main hand extra chances beyond normal as autos. Wing Clip is also an instant melee weapon ability. Hunter weaving. Special says it gives you a chance. If you never press the melee button. It says if you never pressed any of your skills, the 1.9 attack speed offhand weapon would likely get more procs. But for Hunter using Rapid Strike Mongoose by Wing Clip, put on the main hand because your active melee buttons are effectively giving the main hand weapon extra proc opportunities. That kind of was what I figured. So when we do the Fiery Blaze enchant, which we'll do probably pretty soon, we can enchant this weapon with Fiery Blaze. It'd be nice to have a little bit of a better weapon, because that's only a level 35 weapon and I'm already level 40. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, my lord. That's what we got, man. That's what we got. Just trying to clean up my quest log here. Oh, reasons for the... Oh, Iron Forge. Oh, make some money out of this one. This one's probably worth some pretty decent experience because that was a fairly lengthy quest chain. Not super lengthy, but it's like three or four quests. That definitely should be worth some money. This is the Shimmering Flats. Oh, this is from the Coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Oh, sure. Grab that quest. Yeah. Retrieve the booster from... Hurry back. So what did it say? Retrieve the booster from someone in the Shimmering Flats? That's... I think if I know, I think that's here. Yeah, it's there, almost right here. Okay, cool. I know where that is. All right. I'm getting tired, man. It's like 5 in the morning, so I'm kind of running out of gas here. Running out of gas. Yeah, pot of coffee. I know for sure, but I gotta get to sleep because my wife's gonna want to get up tomorrow and go to her mom's, and I can't be like, you know, I can't be like staying up till like 7 in the morning and then trying to sleep. That's not gonna work. So I need to get to sleep really soon because she'll let me sleep till at least 9 or 10. She'll let me sleep till about 9. So I go to bed like soon. I can get in like 3 or 4 hours sleep, and even that's not gonna be enough. I'm still gonna be tired as hell. But I might make coffee tomorrow morning, and I can take a Yeti cup with coffee with me in the car so I can be caffeine injected when we go over to the mother-in-law's place. Oh, nope, didn't make it. Trying to land on these torches. It's harder than it looks. There we go. Oh yeah, we got the cooking quest.
Hey, how you doing? Be good.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Do I have a deal for you?
Sweet.
Have a good one.
All right, I think I'm gonna head to bed. Well, first, before we head to bed, let's do one thing. Let's like level the warlock like one level or something. Let's just get the warlock like at least get her UI kind of set up. Oh my god. So let's get rid of it. Close this. That.
Everything you never do, and all you never say, never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong.
Oh, we saw some weak auras here.
Never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone? Here we go again, the same old thing. Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take to look away? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay
Yeah.
away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown.
Greetings.
Now it's getting
Light bless
colder.
you for the Alliance.
Driving in my car, some things never feel the same. Don't know where to start. It's not like this is new to me. I really shouldn't care. It's not like you were there for me, so why do I still want you here? Here we
I'm gonna get rid of some of these add-ons. I'm sick of dealing with this busted add-on.
Smiling through a bleeding heart, I'll fake it till I break apart. What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown.
Alright, I just wanted to kind of get our UI set up a little bit. I don't know if we'll play the warlock anytime soon, but there you have it. But I'm gonna go get some sleep, guys.
Gonna take before I break.
And I will catch you guys in the next stream, man. Probably, like I said, I probably won't stream till tomorrow night. That'll be like probably the next time I stream. But you guys have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time, man. Peace out.